Got it. We're recording, so roll call. Let me go through that again. Brian O'Malley not present thus far. Amy Worsman, myself present. Justin not present. Jack Casey present. Bradley Kaiser not present. Rita Martin not present. Falco present. I should have done this more. Anyway, I'll just go name by name. Carolyn not here. Matt Shipley here. Cynthia here. David is here. And we have Melinda and June. Looks like they're in the room helping us with the minutes. So we do not have any public. Now remind me, I think public cannot attend remotely, but we do not have any public in the room. Is that accurate?
That is correct.
Okay, so there's no public comments. So then the first order of business would be the approval of the previous meeting's minutes, which were from June 21st, 2023, which I included on the email yesterday. They were revised. Note that, everyone. So make sure if you saved it on your own files that you're not looking at the first iteration of that, but that you're looking at the ones that say revised. Do we have, well, I guess I will motion to approve those. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Matt, you're in favor or are you opposed?
I can't comment on it because I wasn't here, so I don't,
Oh,
I can, yeah, I'm not opposed to them, I'll tell you that much.
so there's 5 of us. If Matt doesn't vote, can we still approve the minutes, Falco?
Yeah, definitely would be a majority of those present.
We
I'm
just need a
sorry.
majority of those present, I think is what he said.
Got it. Okay, so 2 out of 3 regular members present, that works. Okay. All right. Oh, I've got last. Okay, hold on. Let me close that down. Now, next. Oh, so new business. There's something generic in here that says discussion of new voting processes. What I was hoping to do, and I apologize for not getting the revisions out sooner. That was my intention and it just didn't happen. So sorry. Falco didn't have time to look at them, obviously, since I just sent them to him last night. I'm sure you guys probably haven't had time to look at the revised rules and regulations since it was lots and lots of pages long. What we can do today, if you guys are comfortable, is to approve them. Not going to get the terminology right. I can go back to my email. Falco gave me the terminology, but basically we would approve conditionally to say that we approve those rules and regulations after Falco does his legal review to make sure that all of the ordinances match up to a real reference in the town ordinances or other legal documents as referenced. And is there more, Falco, that you would be reviewing other than that?
No, I would also do a legal compliance review, but we kind of discussed that as we work through them, so I don't anticipate there being any issues with that. So it's primarily going to be matching up against the current ordinances and making sure that the draft of the final version coincides with those.
I'm having a really hard time hearing you. It sounds like you're in a tunnel. I think I got maybe 50% of that, but are you on a speaker or a
Yeah,
headset?
with my desktop, yeah, I'm using the audio from the computer, so I'm not sure why there's an issue.
Yeah, it sounds really muffled.
Yeah.
Is this any better?
Not really.
No.
I can leave and try to rejoin through my phone, but that'll take me a couple minutes.
Maybe try that because it's really difficult to hear you.
Hey,
Okay.
Amy,
Yeah,
hate to interrupt you, but are you using the original minutes or the revised minutes?
the revised minutes are what we voted to approve from June.
That you have to vote to allow the revision.
No, no, they were revised before they were submitted for approval. That was just an internal revision from my office to June.
I have no idea what he said.
We can't hear you, Falco. I'm sorry. It's,
Maybe Falco
a
could call
couple
back.
minutes. I have to get on my phone, so give me a couple minutes and I'll respond to that issue.
okay.
Okay.
Hey, Amy, can we go through what you did on, because I've been out of the loop for a couple sessions now, so.
Sure. Yeah, let me pull them up. Actually, David, do you have them there handy? Do you want to share?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Cause I have to see.
And I'll just kind of talk in generalities versus specifics, Matt, and while he's pulling that up, but the idea that David had, which is to, for the scoring, to further differentiate amongst candidates during the oral interviews is in there. So he provided the example and we talked through this. I think you were at that session where, let's say there were 6 people that passed, one gets a 70, one gets 100, and the others are intermediate spaced throughout there so that there's more differentiation than someone getting an 87, someone else an 89, 90, etc. So that was the big change. We did not change the basis points, so the fact that they were out of 100, because that is contained, the reference to the total
It's in the ordinance.
is in the ordinance.
Yeah.
So that would be like a step 2, essentially. Let's see, I changed the section about alternates, that alternates would be considered for appointment to they would basically have the first right of refusal for appointment to the board if a regular board member were to leave. What else did I change? It was so mucked up with red lines and comments and stuff that part of it was just cleaning up that kind of thing and grammar and whatnot.
Just really quickly, I'm not able to share my screen. It says it's disabled.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not able to share mine either because I have it up as well.
I think,
Ah, there we go. Oh, wait, somebody's sharing?
Yeah, but it's not sharing what we need.
it says Brian O'Malley is sharing, but maybe just give us permission to share, Melinda or June or whomever's operating the controls.
It says that we are sharing the screen. We are Brian.
Well, I know, but we need to be able to share. Can you give us permission to share?
Hello. Yeah,
Did that work for you?
Yep, that works. I have to make sure.
Didn't work for me.
Yeah, it worked for me, so,
I'm still seeing an ocean with a red and white line.
well, he hasn't started sharing yet, but
Yeah,
it doesn't do the error message anymore.
Oh, I got
trying to find the right
no problem.
document here. Here it is.
Some
I
of-
think is this the right one?
I just sent it yesterday, so. And it has yesterday's date on it. One of the items, some of the items I changed, Matt, were minor things, but it said, for example, that the
Vibes, I'll tell you. Okay,
the ads would be posted conspicuously at the office, and I put things like online and or at the office, just little things like kind of bringing us into the 21st century. Scrolling through and seeing what else was,
Yeah, Amy, I may have accepted your changes. When I was reviewing it, as a matter, it looks like that's what I did. So
well, I
did-
didn't have any track changes in mind. That's what
Yeah,
I
that's
said.
what I
Oh,
said.
oh,
I got mine without track changes, so.
oh, okay. I thought there were track changes in it. My fault.
No, it was way too confusing. I stopped doing that because
Yeah,
3 iterations of that. And so I just
Okay.
I wanted Falco to have a clean version to review.
yeah, then
Um,
this is the right version. And the meat of the scoring anyway is down here.
I don't see anything.
Oh, really? I'm sharing my screen. Oh, it says your share screen is loading. I don't know. Like on my screen, it looks like it's sharing, but I just have a message that says your share screen is loading that's attached to the thing.
Hmm.
That's,
Okay,
that's really weird.
let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, I'll stop sharing and see if you can. I don't know why I'm getting that message.
Okay. Hold on, it's opening and then I'll go back and share it. Okay, can you guys see that?
No,
No.
What, really?
Wait.
Oh, yeah, mine says that too. Your screen share is loading.
Oh, wait. Okay,
Okay, now you should see it,
Ah.
right?
I can. I don't know if anybody else can. I went to the view options where it says right at the top, the view options, there's a pull down menu and you can select Brian or Amy.
I can select that?
I was able to. In the
Oh,
view,
so Melinda or June, stop
Yeah.
sharing your screen.
Yeah, that made it work for me too. As you mentioned, going up to the top and then selecting view, and I just selected instead of Brian's, it went selected Amy's, and it brought up the screen.
It's confused because there's 2 of us sharing. So
That'd
if
be
you,
worse.
yeah, if the Brian O'Malley computer stops sharing, then there we go.
there,
yeah, that
Is
looks
it
like it's
Amy?
right.
Hey, Amy.
Okay. Yeah.
Falco just emailed us. Would you take a minute, please, and read that?
Okay. Oh, that's my work computer. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
It went to all, so you can all check.
Hasn't come through on mine yet.
What does he say? I don't see any email from him.
Yeah, I don't have it yet either.
You want me to read what he wrote?
Yes, please.
Okay, I agree with Brian. The agenda should remain the one that was posted. If the board is prepared to vote on the motion language that Amy forwarded yesterday, then first there will need to be a motion to add the motion to the agenda. The reason for the late addition is that the final revised draft was not available at the time the agenda was posted. Once approved, the board can take action on the motion after receiving public comment.
Yep, that was from earlier today. So before we vote, we'll have to add that we are going to add a motion to the agenda. I saw that. Thanks,
I
Jack.
didn't, you did that at the beginning. I thought that's what, but whatever, as long as you're aware.
Okay, thank you. All right, hold on, let me go back. Share screen. All right. So the table of contents, I tried not to make any changes to sections. There was one section that I thought was a duplicate, but I didn't strike it because then I would have had to renumber everything. So I just did a font change. I'll leave that up to Falco if he wants to just leave it in there. Did Falco rejoin us? I don't see him.
I think so.
Oh, he's iPhone mini, I think. Is that you, Falco, on the iPhone 13 mini?
You're muted if it's you.
Okay, who is on the iPhone 13 mini? Could you please identify yourself?
This is me. Is this Falco?
Oh,
Got
okay.
All right.
Sorry.
All right, no worries. Okay, I didn't change any definitions except for things where it said like municipality, I put town of McCandless. I left the secretary in. I believe that the town of McCandless has a secretary, but there were other references to the secretary for our personnel board, which we do not have. So I tried to remove those, but keep the town of McCandless secretary references in this document. I don't think there's any other major changes here. Okay, so this paragraph here was what I talked about, the alternate having like the first right of refusal shall be considered first before other citizens. So we don't have to go out and get applications. We can just use an alternate to fill the open slot. And then we talked about the term, and I can't remember where this is, but the term to be 5 years instead of 3 years. That was another change from the original document. We had said, oh, here's a change here. I think, Matt, this was your comment. One member of the board may be a member of the teaching profession. We wanted to remove the part that said one of the members of our personnel board could also be a member of town council. So I struck that per your comment there. I don't think there were any comments or revisions that I completely said, oh no, we're not going to do this, because we had talked about them all previously.
Yes, at length we talked.
Amy, can you go back to that point about the town, one member can be a member of town council?
Well, they can't. We struck that. That was in the original version.
Well, town council just earlier this year passed a resolution that allows town council to serve on our various boards. But I don't know if that would just be like an ambulance or the MTSA.
Hmm.
So you might want to chat with Brian about that.
Well, and is it possible that we could still say, fine, town council wants to be on other boards, but we as personnel board have a town council liaison, but not necessarily a member of town council?
Yeah,
They all-
I probably should talk to the solicitor as well, because there may be an issue with the independence of the personnel board from the town council and the town government. There should be a separation because of the work that the personnel board does.
I think that's what we were thinking. So,
That's
That's-
absolutely what we were.
I just
uh,
thought there might be a conflict and it should probably be resolved.
Yep. Okay, I don't think we changed anything here. Oh, here's like an example of, or an online forum for members to gather virtually, like that was a teeny tiny. It used to just say room, for example. Minutes and records, investigation. I don't, oh, here's the paragraph that I thought was redundant, 3.4 age requirements, because we say then down in general qualifications, be at least 21 years of age. But I didn't want to remove it because it would have changed all the other numbering and I didn't want to mess things up that badly.
Amy, do you know, was the 21 years of age in that second part? Or did you just move it down from 3.4 to 3.5?
I didn't move it down. It was there already because what we had done was paste
Mhm.
that whole section from. I guess when we first revised this, what, a year and a half ago or so? Or maybe it was in the ordinance. We revised in the ordinance, so this was just pasted from the ordinance. That's what it was.
Yeah, 3.5 is just pasted from the ordinance, so whatever, that's why I was asking if you moved it down or if it was already there.
It was there.
If it was already there, then yeah, we should probably delete 3.4 and we can just put in brackets. Deleted so that we don't mess up the numbering. So you leave 3.4 as a heading and then you just put in brackets deleted.
Okay. Okay,
Or left intentionally blank.
Yeah, either one.
yeah,
That way you just don't have to worry about trying to renumber everything.
yeah, that's a good point. I won't edit this one since I've already sent it over to Falco for his review, but, okay, nothing has changed here. Nothing has changed here. I don't think any of this changed. I put, like, this was an ad here, a designate of the chief. It used to just say the chief of police shall contact, blah, blah. This is pertaining to background investigations. So again, little things like that, that if someone were to read this in the letter of the law and say, hey, you know, Lieutenant such and such did my background check. It says here it has to be the chief of police. I don't know. I suppose it's a minor thing, but. So these are the kinds of things that I assume Falco's going to like verify for us, that Act 7307A of Act 57 of 2020 still is relevant here. And
Yes.
accurate. Okay. I don't think. Okay, so here's where we have, oh, the other thing is that I put written examination first. Because that's the way we did it last time, the written examination first and then the physical agility test. I don't know that it matters, but it does kind of look sequential here.
Yeah, I would just change that language then. So since you moved written exam first, it then says will qualify for since physical agility comes next, that should change to physical agility. And then in physical agility, will qualify to take the oral examination, just so that they're keeping the same order.
Okay, I'm gonna make a note of that. Where's my pen? Actually, June, can you just note that in the minutes?
Sure.
So it's
That-
section 3.10.
Yeah.
Okay,
And it's subsection under that, it's subsections A and B. Just the end of each of those sentences for A, the end of the sentence should say will qualify for the physical agility test. And the end of the sentence in subsection B should say will qualify to take the oral examination.
And actually, if I could have figured out a way to make that all like
Yeah.
not sequential, because it might make sense 5 years down the road to do the physical agility test first, if we find a lot of people are not passing that, but it is what it is. I wasn't gonna,
That's what we discussed years ago, is to have the physical test first, but it doesn't matter to me.
yeah,
We could always add a sentence just saying, you know, the
Done in the order
personnel
that
board
makes
can
sense.
change the order of these tests, you know, as circumstances dictate or whatever.
Yeah,
You know, we can put a sentence in there that adds wiggle room.
yeah, I like that. Um. Sorry, was someone saying something? Okay, this was the part we wanted to change, but we didn't, because it's still out of 100, so that's the part that David had changed back. Um,
But
oral
how did, but where did, didn't David put in there where he has the final outcome so that it's graduated from, spread, equal spread?
Yep, I'm getting there. Yep. Written examination, the cutoff is still 70, as is oral examination. Here's the part about the spread. Oh, sorry, I keep hearing feedback. And then we were debating 50 or 60, so remind me if we don't come to that next. I don't think I scrolled past it, but here's the part, Matt, to your comment about highest ranking gets 100, the lowest ranking after everyone gets at least 70. They're spread out between 70 and 100, basically.
And then
Yeah, looks
below is the example. Amy, the 50 is just above this. It's up a little bit.
Currently.
Right
Oh,
there.
yeah. 50. We talked about 60, we talked about 50. I left it at 50. Being the lowest for the oral grade.
I'm good with that. Like I said, I'm good with pretty much anything from 35 to 60, whatever will get people to agree to it, just as long as there's a number there, basically. So 50 is fine by me.
Okay. Eligibility list stays the same. Duration of eligibility list. I think this was a change way back when, but well, like months ago, not years, but 2 years. We can vote to extend it up for an additional 12 months, so up to 3 years. I had some spacing issues I couldn't figure out how to fix here. I don't think there's any other changes, or at least meaningful changes.
Yeah, I
Anywhere.
don't think we got into all the stuff down here.
Right. Seventy, okay, Orlux 50, okay, good, so that mirrors 50 to 100 with 70%. Yeah, okay, so that's still accurate. Appointment procedures. Yeah, I think the rest is. Let's see, just scroll down. This is the hearing procedure, again, just a few minor kind of grammatical changes. Oh, Falco, I highlighted this because I didn't know what this was, so I'll let you fill that in, the applicable municipal code.
All right, yeah, we can do that.
So if you're interested, what we can do at this meeting is, so we don't have to wait until the next meeting or schedule a separate executive session or special meeting or whatever. We can vote to conditionally approve. Wait, let me go back to my email.
First, we have to add it to the agenda, motion
Right.
to add it to the agenda.
Okay.
Yeah, do
can-
you want to revisit those issues that I wasn't able to comment on earlier? I know there were a couple points that somebody raised. With regard to the minutes, the changes that were made, and I just emailed the correct version of those revised minutes to Amy's email and to June's email. I think the one that you attached, Amy, was kind of like a draft of those revisions because it references including names of those that were in attendance. The one that I just sent you actually identifies by name those that were in attendance. That's the version, that's the final version that would be approved at this meeting. So that reference to it being revised was an internal drafting reference. The minutes that I just sent to Amy and June were then the final result of those revisions. So you're only presented with that final version. There's no revision to a version that you've already approved.
Okay.
Does
So
that make
do-
sense?
It does, but so do we need to revote to approve the one that you just sent?
Yeah, I thought we didn't vote on it because you couldn't hear what I was saying. Maybe I'm incorrect, but I thought we put it on hold until you could hear me better.
Maybe we did. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay.
So we just need a motion to approve that version that I just sent. I didn't send to all the board members. I don't know if we need to send that out to everyone right now.
Well, they can see it on my screen, I think, anyone
Okay.
who's. So
Well,
the
we-
changes.
We did vote to approve the minutes already.
We did?
Yeah,
Are you sure? I thought there was a question about the word revised, and that's when you couldn't hear me.
I think we did vote, but we can vote again to make it official. Matt, you're on mute.
you're muted, Matt.
Yeah, sorry, spacebar wasn't working on a different screen. Yeah, we did vote for the minutes and there was no question about the revised.
Okay, so Falco, do we need to revote to accept these that contain the revisions that were in the previous version?
As long as that's what everyone understood that they were voting on, then you wouldn't need to re-vote on them.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm good with it.
yeah,
Okay.
that was my understanding.
My
Yeah.
understanding is.
All right,
Okay.
and then the other question I think was what we just started talking about. We do need a motion to add the motion that you're going to consider right now. Unfortunately, we have to go through that extra step under the changes to the Sunshine Act. Once you then add it, since it's new to the agenda, you have to open it for public comment. I understood earlier that there is no public present. Just note that in the record, and then you'd be able to vote on the actual motion itself. But we have to do a motion to add it first.
Okay, I move to add to the agenda for today's meeting a motion to approve the hold on. Approved the draft, subject to the final review and approval of our solicitor.
I'll second that.
And just to clarify, draft of the civil service regulations.
Right, the one we were just looking
Yeah, I understand. I just want to make sure for the record, that's what we're,
Right. The reference should actually be to the Personnel Board's rules and regulations. That civil service is kind of a carryover from the original draft that we've been working from.
at. Okay,
So it's to adopt the Personnel Board's rules and regulations, subject to the final review and approval of the solicitor.
okay, let's vote on whether we want to include that on the agenda for today. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, so now we're back to, gotta get this out of my way so I can see the agenda. Now we're back to the actual vote, I think.
Yeah, just again noting for the record, unless there's public that appeared, that there is no public present to comment on this motion.
Okay,
Is that still correct?
that is still accurate. Yes,
Okay.
okay, so now we can vote if we are comfortable with Falco doing the legal review of the Personnel Board rules and regulations and then sending it directly to council. So again, the language for that, Falco, give us the right terminology.
Yes, this is the actual motion to approve the Personnel Board's rules and regulations, subject to the final review and approval of the board's solicitor.
Okay,
The only thing I would add to that is including those changes we just discussed live as we went through the document.
Yes, I tried to note those on the draft that I'll be working from as well.
Okay, okay,
And I'm not going to send this to town council without first sending it back through Amy, to confirm those final changes.
that's fine.
And Amy, I took care of your spacing problem. I can send it to you and Falco and Dave if you want to, or however you want that.
That might be helpful. Falco's probably better than I am, but I couldn't figure out what the deal was.
so I will move, as worded by Falco, move to. Falco, you want to give me that language again, or can I just say? Move as council has already stated.
That's fine.
Okay, so I will make the motion as council already stated.
And I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye,
All opposed? Cynthia, I know you're not voting, but if you have any comments on what we're talking, or questions for that matter, on what we're talking about, I know it's a little bit convoluted, but feel free to jump in.
Oh, thank you. Also, I'm still at work, so I was trying to just only speak up when I needed to, unfortunately. But I'm
Nope.
following you completely.
Okay, perfect, perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. All right, let me find the agenda again and see what else we have left on our agenda. Unfortunately, well, fortunately for him, Chief Hawk is on vacation this week, so he is not here to give us any updates from the police force, but I don't know, Jack, if you're aware of anything, or June, anything we should know?
National Night Out is August 1st. That's next Tuesday from 5 to 8 p.m.
Perfect. Our next, oh, sorry. So is there any new business? I guess I should go in order. We added the agenda. Any other new business?
no, just excited that we're moving along with the rules and regulations.
Yeah, a little bit slower than we would have hoped, right? But
It's a big undertaking. It doesn't seem like it's that big when you start it, and it's big, so.
yeah. Our next meeting for everyone is August 22nd, because we said 4th Tuesday of the month, or is it one? Yeah, August 22nd. There's no public to comment. Any other business or comments before we adjourn?
Just a quick question. Did the rest of the members say they weren't going to make it tonight, or were we under the impression they were going to come?
I didn't hear from anyone that they wouldn't be here other than Chief Hawk, who knew well in advance that he wouldn't make it. But I will say that there, because we changed the time of the meeting, and I had thought an invitation went out, but it was an email, so the invitation didn't go out until a couple days before. So I think attendance will pick up once we get in a groove of the new Tuesday night time versus the Wednesday morning. I hope anyway.
Yeah, hopefully we'll send out the invitation with the accept or reject button on it early.
Yeah.
Carolyn apologizes. She had family emergency.
Okay, no problem. All right, well, hopefully we'll see each other at the National Night Out. If there's no other business, then I motion to adjourn.
Second it.
All in favor? Aye.
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 Bye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, have a good
All right.
evening, everyone.
Hey, good
Thanks,
evening,
everyone.
everyone.
Thanks.
Have a good night.
Aye.
Take care.
Big step, big step.